Welcome to day 268 of our DeSo journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian, and we have a little bit of stuff to talk about today. Remember, these videos are sponsored starting today by DeSo Santa.
Yeah, DeSo Santa is a project by Mubs. It's a secret Santa project on DeSo. All you have to do is send an NFT. It should be a decent NFT to the DeSo Santa account at DeSo Santa on DeSo. Transfer the NFT there by December 23rd. And then on December 24th, they're going to do kind of a drawing and assign a transferred NFT to each participant. And on December 25th, they will actually transfer the NFT. So go to desosanta.com and you can see how it works. And I hope a lot of people take part, because I think it's a really cool idea. It's going to be fun to see which NFTs you will get as a gift.
Yeah, it's such a great idea by Mubs. I love it. And I think it kind of brings the community together for Christmas. But let's get on to some of the news. The DeSo price. So yesterday when we filmed these videos, I said DeSo kept finding to support at around $84 or so. It was probably more like 81 or so. It was bouncing between 81 and 85 for, I don't know, several hours, probably like 6 hours or so. It was in that range. And then it broke out of that range around midnight this morning Eastern time. It broke up above 90, and it's been finding 90 as a new support level. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it ends up bouncing up from here, or maybe it falls back below that $90 support. We just had to wait and see.
Yeah, and I kind of explained this before. I think we had a 9-month pent up supply. A lot of people could not sell their DeSo, whether it's because they couldn't use blockchain or whether they were waiting for Coinbase. A lot of them are finally able to sell their DeSo. So there's a lot of supply that was pent up that wanted to cash out a little bit, or maybe all. And the demand obviously is only going to come from people who are speculating on the coin that are already on DeSo, or people that are now finding DeSo from Coinbase or from other means. So I think that supply was dumped all at once, and then the demand will slowly increase as people start discovering DeSo. So I think there's a lot of hope that the price isn't going to dip too much further unless you get a really big seller come in. So I think like right now we're kind of stable.
Yeah, we might see the price jump up, and then people who weren't able to sell when it was higher before might be like, okay, now it's time to sell, and it'll come back down. So we'll just have to watch it and see what happens, but it should be exciting. Additionally, DeSo diamonds are coming to Discord. Thanks to two guys on DeSo, Weeblet and It's Aditya. They're tagged below this video, or above this video, I guess, on DeSo. They have created a project called Quartify, and it's a bot. And this bot's going to allow you to diamond people on Discord. And right now it's in beta, but they plan on launching it any day now on the ChainSurf Discord. If you're on ChainSurf, you know it's a very useful DeSo Discord. And diamonding is going to be available there. And then from there, it's probably going to expand to other DeSo Discords, perhaps even the main DeSo Foundation Discord, if it works out pretty well. And It's Aditya has said that more than just diamonds are coming. So there's going to be other options that integrate DeSo into Discord. I think this is amazing. I think it's a great idea.
Do you know if you're actually getting a diamond or if you're getting the monetary value of the diamond?
I believe it's the monetary value of the diamond. It's not actually going to give you a diamond and a diamond notification on DeSo, but you will be getting, whatever one diamond's worth. So if it's worth, 0.4, 0.004, whatever it is, you're going to get that one diamond value sent to your wallet on DeSo.
Yeah, I think things like this is what will kind of push DeSo forward, like these small integrations, and they all add up. And I mean, if you look out over the course of the next 6 to 12 months, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of things like this take place. And slowly but surely, DeSo is going to be working its ways into all over the internet, into all different applications, all different websites throughout the internet. So that's what has me the most excited. And congrats to the team that did this, because I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's coming eventually. It just makes sense. Clay Perry music. So Clay Perry and Wendy Lee had planned to be getting married in Vegas and planned to have a big party, but unfortunately, Clay's father has been hospitalized with COVID. We wish him the best. I know he's in the ICU. I hope he's doing well. I think everybody's sending their best wishes and prayers to Clay Perry's father, because Clay Perry's a great guy. He's been on this platform for a long time, and it's a horrible thing to see. So get well soon, Clay Perry's father. I know the weddings, it's kind of up in the air. They're still trying to decide what's going on. But Clay Perry's also has announced that he has a new NFT project called Audio Bit that he's releasing on Thursday. And today at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Clubhouse, he's going to be telling everybody about it. So if you can make it, check out Clubhouse at 3 p.m. Eastern time today. Clay Perry Music's going to be talking about his new Audio Bit project. It's an NFT project, and Clay Perry, he's been great for this platform. He really made a name for himself on DeSo. Of course, he's the artist behind the BitClout song. Maybe BitClout's not as relevant as it used to be, but he's been awesome. He's been an awesome part of the community. He's been at so many of the meetups. We've had a chance to meet him at least twice now, I think in New York and Miami. He's a great guy. So best wishes to Clay Perry, best wishes to his father.
Yeah, he spoke in Clubhouse the other day about what was happening, and I just echo what Ed said.
Matreshka, of course, she is part of the DeSo community team now. And I think that's awesome. She's helping out on Discord for now, and her position might expand even more than that. So congrats again to Matreshka. But she minted her nesting doll NFTs, nesting dolls on Clubhouse last night. You were there. I wasn't able to make it, Brian, but you were there. Tell me how that went.
Yeah, I mean, it went really well. She used NFTZ and minted them, and I think they all sold out. Her coin opened up after the fifth drop, and people aped into the coin. I think it's a cool idea, and coming from Matreshka, I think like anybody that wants to get involved and help her succeed on this platform is great, because she's done so much in return.
Yeah, definitely. In other news, Time made a really good post. I think it was early this morning or late last night, I'm not sure. But he talked about all of these reserved DeSo profiles. There's Elon Musk, there's Naval, there's the top 15,000 or 10,000 Twitter accounts were reserved on DeSo. So there's all these accounts, and people are buying their coin, and the majority of them have founder rewards. For some reason, Elon Musk has a 0% founder reward. I don't know what determined which accounts have founder rewards set and which don't. But Time pointed out, like, for example, Naval has a 10% founder reward. And he has brought in, through that founder reward, 1.5 million US dollars, which is approximately 17,000 DeSo. And if he doesn't ever claim that account, that 17,000 DeSo is always going to be locked into that account. It's always going to be locked in there, and it can't get out unless he were to claim that account and cash it out. And this goes for every single claims account. And obviously, every single account's not eventually going to claim their account and then go in and cash out. So it's locking in DeSo. It's making DeSo even more inflationary than we've observed, or I guess we've talked about in the past.
Yeah, I mean, that Naval account alone would account for approximately 1/700th of all the DeSo that's outstanding. So I mean, think about that. I do think that you got to look into the future and say that DeSo became this huge thing. It's almost certain that all these famous people are going to get word of it and eventually cash out. So I think if DeSo does not succeed, then this is more of a player than if it does succeed, because if it doesn't succeed, then maybe this DeSo is going to be laying around. But at that point, if it doesn't succeed, it doesn't matter how deflationary the thing is.
Yeah, and it's also deflationary in other ways too. For example, NFTs, when somebody buys an NFT, part of that sale goes into the creator coin of the artist if the artist chooses to have a creator coin royalty. And that money is also essentially locked in there. So, I mean, that's deflationary in a way as well. A lot of cryptocurrencies are inflationary. Ethereum, Solana, they're all inflationary. Bitcoin is not inflationary, not deflationary. It just has a static set. Eventually, they're going to have 21 million Bitcoin in existence once it's all been minted. As for DeSo, the maximum DeSo ever to exist is 10.8 million DeSo. I mean, it could split, but even a split, it's still static. And only 275,000, I believe, 225,000 or 275,000, somewhere around there, is yet to be mined. So it's all pre-mined essentially, and only 10.8 million will ever be in existence. So this, anything that gets locked in, that's causing a deflationary environment in the DeSo ecosystem.
Yeah, and I mean, unless DeSo totally flops, I don't see a way that it's not gonna have high value in the future. I mean, I think it all relies on the technology, of course. If the technology can't expand, it can't bring in new developers, then there's a problem. But we're seeing the exact opposite. We're seeing development flourish, and the Octane Fund's ready to basically announce their first cohort of investments. And this is just probably the first of, I would guess, the next at least 5 similar types of investments moving forward over the next couple of years. So I think that the future is obviously bright. Always look at the developers, who's coming on to develop, who's integrating with DeSo, and of course the daily active user numbers, which have been going up since the Coinbase listing. Got to keep the trend alive. I know that yesterday Fast Freddy mentioned some things about marketing they're going to do. So yeah, I mean, we see the coin price at $90 or so, but like you can't concentrate on that. That's going to be very unreliable. It's an unreliable mechanism to determine where we're headed. Look towards the technology, I think.
Yeah, and as we see more and more apps being built on top of DeSo, what we're going to do is we're going to see more and more DeSo being required. That this demand for DeSo is going to go up, because in order to utilize these apps, in order to utilize these websites that are running nodes, you're going to need DeSo. You want to give people diamonds on these new sites, you're going to need DeSo. If you want to buy creator coins on these new sites, you're going to need DeSo. So the demand for DeSo is expected to go up as more and more apps come into existence. So with supply static or supply even going down a little bit and demand increasing, there's only one way for the price to and that's up. So
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, I'm not predicting anything. I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but I'm just giving my opinion.
Yeah, and I think something people should be looking forward to is organic media attention, meaning not paid media attention and not set up media attention. And we saw that this week with the Wall Street Journal article. But I think that as DeSo begins to be integrated into these various projects, and maybe some major companies start integrating DeSo, you're going to see all kinds of media attention being brought, whether maybe it's TechCrunch or, or any of the popular blogs out there, or maybe major national media. You're going to see that as these things happen, and that's going to be super valuable to driving further adoption and further integration and bringing further developers onto the protocol.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a great place to leave off. Everybody have a great Sunday, and we will talk to you tomorrow.